Well, hey, thank you for joining us. Pastor Hal here with Jamie Charles, who is with His Hand Support Ministries. And this is a missions organization that partners with already established ministries and orphanages and churches and missions work around the world. And we are here getting a recap of her most recent trip to Liberia. So, Jamie, thank you for taking time out to be here and tell us what was going on in Liberia on this last trip. What were some of the things that you were doing when you were on this trip?
Well, it was a trip for our ministry, and pretty much all of those trips have a common purpose, which is to go and update the information on all of the children in our sponsorship program. So on this particular trip, we were going to see each one of the kids. We interview, measure, and photograph each one.
Wow. Now, on this particular trip, how many kids does that mean?
I think there were 45.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't remember, but I think it was 45.
Okay. And so you keep all this information. It helps with the sponsorship program. And so that's great. So was it just you on this trip, or how many people went on this particular trip?
No, there were 6 of us all together.
Okay.
And so Andrea Burge from Cornerstone was also there. And then there were 4 women from Maine who went.
Maine, and that's, we got a place in our hearts for Maine because we're both from Maine. Isn't that weird? But so when you think about this most recent trip, Liberia, we understand there are a lot of different types of struggles there, both politically, socially, even faith-based things. What are some of the takeaways when you think about just having come from there? What were some of the highs and lows? What was something that really brought joy to your heart on this past trip?
Well, I guess joy would be for me. It was, I've been there multiple times.
Right.
So it's seeing some of the same people again, seeing the kids, growing and getting bigger and maturing. There was one little girl who came, was 2 trips ago, was the first time I saw her. So that would have been in 2021. Mm-hmm. And she had just been brought to the children's home, and she was in terrible shape. She had almost no hair. Oh. She was very skinny. And the last time we were there, she was doing better. But this time when I saw her, she looked so much better. Full head of hair, filling out. She's not so skinny. And that's just a testimony to the great job that they do at the children's home.
Right, right. Well, that's really good. What are some of the frustrations that you face when you go into some of these countries, some of the obstacles and things that are hold you back from being able to do more?
Well, for one thing, we're there just to support our partners. Right. So, we're going in and trying to support and encourage them in the things that they're already doing. Where we get frustrated is sometimes we hear about their dreams or their hopes and their plans, and, you just can't imagine where the funds are going to come from to accomplish some of these things. And, we know we have to trust God for that, obviously. Mm-hmm. But part of our role is to try to help,
in a tangible way.
Things, right, to help make those things possible.
Right.
So, yes, we're going to pray, and yes, we're going to make those needs known, but sometimes it's frustrating that we can't just open a big piggy bank and pull it out and give them everything.
Fix it all at once.
Right, exactly.
So when our church family and when other viewers see this and they're thinking, well, I'd like to, I'd like to partner with His Hand Support Ministry, what are ways that they can pray? What are things that they should pray for to help with?
Well, certainly praying for our partners, Sam and Isabel Cargo, and the children's home is Children Relief Ministries. People can sponsor a child, $25 a month to sponsor a child, which is pretty affordable. Mm-hmm. They can donate to some of the other projects if a monthly commitment isn't something that they're interested in. There's other ways that they can contribute towards the needs at the children's home.
Okay, all right, no, that's great. So, what's on the horizon? What's the next trip or country that you're going to?
For me,
yeah,
I'll be going to Uganda and Rwanda in May. We have 2 partners there that are together in the same ministry, but they're in 2 different countries.
Okay. And are these also like children's homes?
No, this is different. This is a ministry that's just supporting kids to be able to attend school.
Oh, okay.
And there's also kids in the program that are in the DR Congo, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, which We haven't been able to get in there for the past few visits because it's so bad. I don't anticipate that we will be able to do that this time either.
Right.
But they're able to get information to us while we're there, so we can get new information on those kids.
Okay. Well, and it sounds like as you're helping these partners and they're helping these kids within their communities and their societies, it would seem that the local municipalities would appreciate the efforts that are being made, or do they resist sometimes?
I mean, I haven't seen any resistance, but the thing is, we're not there 24/7.
Oh, yeah.
Our partners might experience some things, and unless they share that with us, we wouldn't know.
Gotcha.
But we've never experienced anything where people are like, I wish you weren't here. Usually they're very welcoming and very excited that, Westerners have come and that show enough interest to get on a plane and fly over there.
Wow, that's great. That's great. And that is the Jesus thing, right? So that's great. Well, listen, I want to thank you again for taking time out to come and share a little bit of a recap. We're going to be looking for another recap after you get back from Africa on this next trip. But that's great. Just let us know, this will be on our missions page, and so people can view it and they can be praying for you and cheering you guys on. So thank you again.
Yep, thanks.
Thanks, Jamie.